Okay, so I think we can start now.
Yeah, okay, sounds good. Just to double check, can everyone see the slideshow right now?
Yep.
Yeah, okay,
Yes.
sounds good. Thank you. Okay, hi everyone. I'm Juliana and I'm here today with Kate to talk about our experience with Key Club as clubs in non-districted areas.
So, who are these super cool people?
Okay, so in case you missed it earlier, my name is Juliana and I am the president for Old Skona Key Club in Alberta, Canada. And I also serve as the temporary district governor for the Western Canada District Information. I'm currently in grade 12 and I'm a competitive wushu athlete. And in my spare time, I also love playing Tetris and other FPS games. So I'm so happy to be here today and tell you about my Key Club experience.
And I'm Kate. I'm a junior at Taipei Fuxing Private School and the president of Fuxing Key Club in Taipei, Taiwan. And just in case you don't know or haven't heard of Taiwan, Taiwan is a small island country next to China and a great place to visit. And some of my hobbies include dancing, boxing, and I'm a huge Swiftie, a Taylor Swift fan. And lastly, I love watching Korean dramas. And fun fact, I have watched over 70 Korean dramas, like 70, not 17. Yes, and I'm very happy to be here with you guys today. And let's move on. Next slide, please. Okay, so our workshop is about our Key Club experience in non-district areas. So to give a brief introduction to what a district or non-district area is, the qualifications to become a Key Club district include having at least 15 key clubs within the district, having over 450 active Key Club members, an established district board, and being coextensive with one Kiwanis International District. And currently, hold on, the next one, please. And currently, there are 32 districts in KCI, one district information, which is West Canada, where Julianna is serving, and non-districted slash international clubs like Mikey Club.
Yeah, so how exactly do non-districted clubs operate? So since there is not a district in between to serve as a connector for information, everything is transferred directly from the international board to our individual clubs. And additionally, as club officers, we also try our best to keep an eye out for email promotions, social media updates, and stalking the Key Club International website for upcoming initiatives. And we'll also talk a little bit more about our specific events later on in this presentation. But this year, the iBoard really is dedicated to improving communication with non-districted clubs. And so it's getting a lot better. For example, the Western Canada District Information, my district is actually starting to get some progress. And there are also more direct conversations between subgroups such as the Global Relations Committee and non-districted areas such as ours, which is also why we are here today presenting to you guys.
Okay, so we've talked for a little while now, and now we want to get to know you guys a bit. So next slide, please. Yeah, so please join this Slido, and you can scan the QR code or just enter the code to join. And we have a few very, very simple questions so that we can get to know you guys. Okay. The first question is, wait, have everyone joined the Slido? Please type in the chat for me to know. Okay, I see answers popping up. So I see, oh, Eastern Canada, Florida, Rocky Mountain District, Carolina, CNH, New York District, Western Canada, yes, California, Nevada, Hawaii, the Bahamas. Okay, cool. Jamaica, Carolinas, wait, CNH, yes. Georgia, okay, the Carolinas, North Carolina. Okay, awesome, awesome. Very, very diverse. Okay, so, oh, more. Philippines, Georgia again. Okay, Caribbean Atlantic District. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So, next question. What's your name? or your nickname, anything that's fine. Hi, Joshua, Alyssa, Anthony. Oh, forgive me if I pronounce any names wrong. I'm bad with names. So, wow, we have a lot of people here. I'm just gonna call a few. Emma, Alex, Anthony, Maggie, Abby, Judy, Condi. Okay, I don't know how to pronounce the rest of your names. I'm very, very sorry, but welcome, guys. And the third question, tell us more about you. Like, what is your hobby? Like, mine is dancing, boxing, listening to Taylor Swift's music, and watching K-dramas. And tell me what's yours. Table tennis, reading and fan fiction, playing Valorant, concert band, swimming, athletes, video games, reading. I love reading too. Oh, one person wrote Key Club here. Awesome. Athletes, fun, concert band. What else? Tai Chi. Oh, Tai Chi. That's cool. Oh, writing, petting my cat. Lovely. Rollerblading, coding, reading manga. Okay. I love how you guys are so diverse in your hobbies. And thank you for answering these questions. And Juliana just typed in the chat, guys, who does Tai Chi? I would love to talk with you. Oh my God.
I do
Because
Tai Chi
Juliana does
too.
Wushu. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think we can move on though.
Oh my God, I have to mention this. One person wrote, listening to music, Taylor Swift. I love you. Awesome.
Okay, so now moving on to like the specifics that I was talking about earlier. What exactly does Key Club look like for us? So we're going to start with Kate here.
Yes. Ooh, okay. So in our Key Club, we have a president from 11th grade, two vice presidents, usually one from 10th grade and the other from 11th grade for a smoother transition the following year. And we have four main positions, including public relations, designers, social media, and event managers. And because of our school policies, seniors are usually not involved in clubs. So all of our Key Club members are from grade 9 to 11. Next slide, please. Yes, and we categorize our service projects into long-term projects and short-term projects. So some of the long-term projects we're doing this year include Stray Dog Care, as you can see in the picture to the right, and tutoring, helping mentally disabled people, and advocating for mental health. And one thing that I want to highlight is our mental health advocacy. We collaborated with the Taiwanese Association Against Depression starting last year and helped them translate mental health documents from Mandarin to English so that more people can have access to these resources. And we also initiated a gatekeeper training program with our school's counseling office to train individuals how to identify warning signs of suicide and how to respond and how to help them get the resources they need. So for me personally, I'm a huge mental health advocate, so this project means a lot to me. And moving on to some of our short-term projects, we've done beach cleaning, book donation, thirst project, and helped out with blood donation. You can see we have a picture of helping out with blood donation and a picture of beach cleaning. Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Kate, for those wonderful experiences. And so in my club, we also have senior and junior roles for each executive position, meaning that there are 10 club officers in total. So there are two presidents, two vice presidents, secretaries, treasurers, and webmasters. And elections are held in the April of the previous year for a smoother transition as well. And typically, we have a few traditional projects that we continue every year. And one of these is the Mixing Spoon fundraiser. So, for this project, we collaborate with a local charity organization called the Mixing Spoon, which makes jars of baking or soup mixes to make foods like brownies, scones, and more. And then we sell these jars during the holiday season, and all of the profits go towards the Mustard Seed, which is a local nonprofit organization that is based in our province that provides for houseless individuals, especially during the cold winter seasons, since Canada winters can get pretty brutal. And another traditional ongoing service project is our collaboration with the local city's food bank, where we coordinate student volunteers to shelve food. And we also have holiday card making opportunities and a variety of partnerships with nearby elementaries, from hosting carnivals to organizing educational workshops like marshmallow bridges and water bottle rockets. So aside from these traditional projects, we also try our best to incorporate smaller projects that change every year to kind of accommodate everyone's wishes. And this usually depends on the executive board. So for example, last year we had a school-wide breakfast sale in which we made a life-size cardboard cow that pumped out milk for cereal, which you can kind of see in the bottom right corner. There's a picture there. And that was pretty cool. And this year we also have a garbage cleanup and pop-up library planned. Okay, so now that we have gone through both Kate and my own individual experiences from Key Club, what exactly do we have in common? Oh yeah, Kate, you're muted right now.
Okay, sorry about that. So the main similarity between Juliana's and my club is that our service projects are localized, meaning that all of our volunteer activities are very, very specific and targeted towards our local community. So for example, for my club, we collaborated with a local organization that helps mentally disabled people, and usually people with Down syndrome. And they homemade cookies and go to the busiest district in Taipei to sell their cookies. And the money that they earned will go towards building their own home. So what we do is that we go to those streets and help them sell the cookies.
Yeah, and similarly, all of the initiatives that my school club also hosts are pretty localized. They are pretty geared towards either our own students, the school community, or just like the general local community around it, and at most at like the provincial level. But we really are loving how we're starting to get more international with Key Club, especially this year, since we also started applying like the trick or treat for UNICEF to our club projects. Okay, awesome. So as you can see, Kate and I have a lot of similarities in our experiences, but now we want to hear about yours. So on the screen right now, you can find a QR code to a Jamboard. So please scan this QR code and just add sticky notes so that we can kind of look at everyone's different experiences. And I'm first going to give some time for us to identify some of our favorite service projects or initiatives. And I'm also going to try playing some royalty-free music, but I'm not too sure if you guys can hear it. Can you guys hear it or no? No?
No.
Okay, guys. It's okay. We will sit in silence as we wait for everyone to contribute to the Jamboard. So right now, the first question on there is, what is your favorite service project or initiative from your club? And I will also send this link to the chat in case anyone wanted to join just from the link. Okay, so I see someone said making dog toys. I feel like that would be so cool. I'd love to do that for our club as well.
And if you're done with the first question, you can move on to the second one first, but we'll go over each question one by one.
Yeah. Okay, someone held a raffle for baskets too. Oh, okay. They're kind of overlapping each other right now. Okay, held a raffle for baskets to benefit Erica's Lighthouse. Oh, I remember hearing about Erica's Lighthouse at Icon International Convention. It seems really cool. Raking elder yards. Yes, we do a lot of like senior related projects as well. Writing sticky notes with encouraging messages and tagging them onto the walls of our school before AP season. That is really nice. I know my school, for example, is super academic and it's like sometimes it can get really like competitive, so that would be really nice, like just being able to uplift everyone. Okay, I see more food drives, helping plant trees. These are all really awesome ones. And once you're done with that, we can kind of move to the second slide. So right now I'm just going to start reading from the second slide because we do have 10 minutes left and we want to have some time for questions at the end. So, if you had to describe your Key Club experience with one word, what would it be? So, I see diverse, empowering, fulfilling, and there's a word that I actually do not know how to pronounce. Me ability. I'm so sorry, guys. Inspiring, life-changing. Yeah, I actually agree with so many of these. And I think especially like when I started to get to know other key clubbers from around the world, it became so much more inspirational. And just like the previous slides, if you want, you can move just forward to the last slide, which is what is your favorite part of Key Club? Okay, so I see two that are about like student leadership, high school student led, the leadership or life skills you gain. Yeah, I really like how Key Club focuses a lot on the students and how it's basically ran completely by high school students on the international level, which I find pretty crazy. How welcoming everyone is and how dedicated everyone is to service and leadership. I saw this constantly from my roles from club member to district governor. This is so true. Um, I also first got this like experience when I went to Icon. Just like a small thing on the side, I think that Icon really is a life-changing experience that would really help understand exactly how international Key Club is and how there are people all around the world who are the same age as you and are just as passionate about what you are passionate about. So I generally think like Key Club really is an awesome experience. And there's a lot that we learn and a lot of new people that we meet. Okay,
Yeah.
so feel free to just keep on like adding to the Jamboard. And since the link is still there, if you want, you can also go through it yourself. I personally find that it's like really cool sometimes to get to know what other people our age, other Key Clubbers are doing, what they think about Key Club, and knowing that we're really not alone in this process. But right now, we're just going to move on to the next slide. So we have 8 minutes left for questions. So if anyone has questions, you can either raise your hand in Zoom. Not physically, I can't see everyone, but it's like the raise your hand function in Zoom, and then you can speak verbally, or you can also just type it in chat. Or if you want, I believe the Slido also had an interactive Q&A portion. So if you have any questions, make sure you just ask away. Okay. It seems like not a lot of people have questions right now. So I guess that means that we were pretty comprehensive with our slideshow. So that's really good. And
And I want to add a few things to what our key club is doing. Like, I saw on the gym board that somebody wrote, like, oh, how welcoming everyone is and how dedicated everyone is to service and leadership. And I see that in my own club. Like, for example, when we went out to sell the cookies, like at first it was a little awkward to ask strangers to buy our cookies and tell them that, oh, we're doing this for people with Down syndrome. It was a bit awkward and people didn't know who to ask for, and maybe many people just walk away and ignore you. But then later on, we found that the best people to ask is like families, foreigners, and yeah, and couples actually, because they're usually more caring and more friendly, and they'll buy our cookies. So, like our club members were really active in that, and they just straight up and went around and asked people. So I was very impressive because I initially thought that it would be an awkward session and people wouldn't know what to do and they would be very bored out of it. But then it actually turned out really great. Yes.
yeah, that's really awesome advice. I think someone raised your hand. Shyla, sorry.
Shyla.
Oh yeah.
So I believe, Juliana, you said that you're kind of like the acting governor right now of your like district information. So I wanted to like know how's that going for you? Like being in that district role, but like you're still kind of forming that district at the same time.
Oh yeah, of course. And I see Alyssa also asked that question in the chat. So um, I will definitely love to answer that. So basically, right now, since we are still kind of in the starting steps of having our district actually be formed. Most of the communication is just one-on-one meetings between me and Maria, our vice president, or also with Alan. I've also talked with the Global Relations Committee. So I've just presented basically our case of our club. So, for example, my club has a lot of members, but Western Canada as a whole does not have a lot of clubs. And this is partly also because Canada is just a place with a lot of land, but not a lot of people. So, with that in mind, a lot of this is just back and forth communication right now between me and Maria. And so, right now, our first step is actually just outreach and to make sure that we can actually boost the number of clubs. So, right now, what I'm starting to do is talking with our club members first to see if they have friends from other schools that would actually like to start their own clubs in their schools. And also talking with our executives and keeping in touch with our Kiwanis sponsor club. And so, with all of this in mind, I'm also like trying to stalk other clubs in Western Canada, seeing if I can find their Instagrams, revive any inactive clubs. And right now, actually, my role isn't as big, I would say, because we are still trying to just get this whole thing started. And since I am a senior, I wouldn't actually be able to serve an entire term. Um, I would have to find someone to take over soon. But yeah, so that's how it's kind of going right now. Um, if there are any other questions about that, I'd love to answer them. How long does it take for a district to form? So there actually isn't a really definitive time period or a length of time for a district to form. If you find online, I believe that there are the required numbers for a district to form. So I actually don't have those numbers on me right now, but I can see if I can find the link or attach it to like the slideshow later when we share it with everyone. But basically, in for each district to form, there's a certain quota for members, and there's a certain number for the amount of clubs in the district. And so only when a district has reached both of those kind of expectations, standards, will a district actually be able to form. So until then, we're just a
Yeah.
non-district or district information.
And so in the previous slide, we mentioned that for a district to form, you have to have 15 active key clubs within the district and also 450 active key club members in the district. So yeah, that's the number, but there are other requirements too. And I think those information are available on Key Club International's website. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the exact link is in the handbook. So if you ever find the handbook and then you just control F district, control F the numbers, then that should help a lot. Okay, I'm an exec member in a club in Western Canada, and I have friends in other schools who have wanted to form or join key clubs. How can they go about starting a group? This is a wonderful question, and I know I've been asked this a few times. So on the Key Club International website, I believe that there's a section strictly for how to create a club, and that has a lot of resources that can really help with people who are looking towards creating a club. And another one is just talking with people who are from other clubs, and especially clubs that have been there for a long time. So my club is pretty old. We've been here for a pretty long time relatively. And so that's why we are also the ones trying to reach out to everyone. So if you are an exact member of a current club and you're trying to get other friends to start their own, that's a wonderful place to start. And then just providing that continuous support. And I think there's
And
a
the
question
next
for
question.
Kate. Yeah.
Yes. So, does your club interact with other key clubs near you? And thank you, Alyssa, for that question. And yes, we do, because like in Taipei and Taiwan, all of our international schools are very, very close to each other. So we know other presidents, other presidents from other key clubs. So we do collaborate with them, and we did for our thirst project and also for beach cleaning. And next question: what is your favorite part about Taiwan? Um, I think it would be the food. I have two. Like, I think first one would be the food, and second would be how convenient it is. Like, if you ever visit Taiwan, make sure to go to night markets and eat as much food as you can because they're very, very cheap and all of them are very, very good. Yes. And I think there's a question for Juliana.
Yeah, so there was a question about what is the current status of Western Canada and how many clubs and members are in the forming district. So I think right now we have 401 build members for this year of 2023 to 2024. And we have, sorry, I'm just reading off of the website right now for district dues. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 8 clubs right now. So we are kind of halfway there for clubs, but we are pretty much almost there for the number of members. And I lost track of the chat. I got a direct message. Does having 2 of every kind of officer help with the functionality of your club? I'd say that it definitely does help because this way we are able to always have someone on board who has experience with the club. And because our school is pretty small, so sometimes there are students who might transfer out, and having 2 of every officer really helps ensure that we always have someone who knows what they're doing. Additionally, this means that not every single club officer has to learn the role of every other role. So basically, I don't exactly need to learn about the secretary logistics or treasurer logistics because there's always going to be a senior that passes that knowledge down to the junior. And this really helps with the retention of our club. Okay, there are 2 more key clubs information in Western Canada, one in Calgary and one in Winnipeg. Yes, that is really nice information to hear. I'm actually not that caught up on this, so that's really nice. So it seems like we're really getting closer to that goal. And what resources or support does Key Club provide for members to plan and execute service projects? So I believe some of this has been gone over through previous presentations, specifically the one, I think it's on set, get ready, grow. Okay, I think our breakout rooms are closing soon, but I do believe that those presentations will be posted to the YouTube. So specifically the one about membership growth and membership retention, that one was presented by, I believe, Alan Ann and I think Maya, and they are our international trustees. So if you find that, that would be great. And because we are running a bit short on time, I would have to refer you to the Key Club website. There are tons of great resources, and I believe the website is also getting updated pretty frequently. So I think right now, since the breakout rooms are closing soon, we can start joining back, but I'm just going to leave up this final slide with our contact information. So feel free to reach out to me or Kate to ask us any questions.
Yes, so